In the south, I brought my compass Artosis. We have the greatest player, IMO. Rhymes with Tide.
GSL Clide.
You know, I don't think that a compass in space really works, Tasteless.
It does. I don't want to hear it, Artosis.
Space compass?
I even made
Is
my
that how the
space compass.
Mutalisks tell where to go?
They do, man. They use the Boy Scout way to make it with a little thing in the water. Over here in the north, because I brought my compass Artosis.
30 Rainbow.
Little cup of water in space that Tasteless made into a compass.
I like fill my cup up and the water just floats out of the cup, and I'm like, oh.
I guess north is that way.
Thank you, LG, Intel, and G-Skill for making this event possible.
Ooh, Clide, gas first.
Clyde, what are you doing, Clyde? Clyde. Oh, Clyde.
Well.
Clyde always reminds me like a guy who would like lose his wallet a lot.
He reminds you of a guy that loses his wallet a lot?
Yeah.
He reminds you of yourself?
I don't lose my wallet a lot, Artosis. What are you talking about? I've lost my wallet like once in a year. Cell phones, that's a different story.
Oh, that's true.
Those are more expensive. For some reason, I feel the need to lose those more. Now, actually, I need to ask Clyde if that's actually his English name or what's the deal with that. Because I'll tell you what, Alicia, that's not his English name.
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
And if it is, his parents played a terrible trick on him.
Yeah.
You know, I wonder if well, are we going to see a factory immediately from Clide? Or is he actually going to go for some... No, he is going to go factory. I was, like, getting so excited. Will he go for the rebuild? Oh, no, he won't.
Well, no. Ooh, chest bump there with the SCDs.
I don't like chest bumps.
No, man, I don't like chest bumps. I have bad posture. I end up just smacking my face in the other guy's face.
Yeah, that's true.
Nice positioning here with the Marine. It's going to be very difficult for the SCV to get inside the base. Get a little up in his face. Showing he's the best in the Terran race.
Oh, wow, look at you. Are you a poet and you weren't even aware of it, Tasteless?
Yeah. I wasn't even entirely, I had not even entirely come to terms with that. I think it's the way they say it.
Oh, my. Well, Clide blocking any scouting.
There's like sirens going off at the entrance of the base, if you notice. It's like wah, 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 alert, alert the entire game. It's more annoying than when you play Zelda on Nintendo and you have like one heart. It's like,
yeah.
dee-dee-dee-dee.
That is terrible.
I know, I'm thinking of actually the sound it makes when you play Ninja Turtles on the Nintendo. Remember that sound?
Oh.
But what was the Zelda one?
No, I know what it is, but I can't do it. Now, Tasteless, we have 2 factory Blue Flame Hellion for Rainbow.
What is the deal with this? I'm like turning into Jerry Seinfeld. I'm like, what's the deal with these Hellions?
And Clyde is going 1 factory Blue Flame Hellion, and if there's one thing I know, it's that twice as much of something is better.
Yeah,
and actually,
unless that something is poison or Tosis.
No, you kill someone much quicker like that.
Oh, good point.
Rainbow, actually, never mind. He's not going 2 factory Blue Flame. That's normally what we see, but he's going 2 factory siege tank off 1 base.
You know, we so rarely see
we never see this
here.
2 factory siege tank. This is like a StarCraft 1 build going on. Now, unfortunately for Clide, Blue Flame Hellions aren't going to do too well against multiple siege tanks.
No.
Clyde chasing away that first Hellion. Unless he goes up the ramp right this second, he's going to lose any window. Well, you think he may have already done that, Tasteless.
Oh, Clyde's in trouble. And to be totally frank, me, Clyde, you, I don't think anybody would have expected him to be Rainbow in that case, to be making 2 factory siege tanks.
Oh, no. Not even close. Clyde trying to go up here. Does take out that first Hellion. Does not see the second factory with that scan.
Can you put the GOAT neutral unit on a space platform?
I don't know. You'd have to ask a map maker, but I bet you could.
I bet you could.
You'd have to give him a little goat space helmet, or that'd be cruel, man. Let
yeah,
a
man.
dead goat floating around the map. That's disgusting.
The
Tasteless.
blood vessels in his eyes explode or whatever that happens if you actually don't have a suit on in space. It'd be terrible.
It's like Total Recall. He's like, ah, and his eyes pop out.
That scene in Total Recall is so funny.
Yeah, it is.
I don't know how many,
That's great effects.
Watching Total Recall is always like, You're like, for some reason, you stayed up like 3 in the morning watching Total Recall just so you could see that alien
I
with
actually
the
have
third
the
boob or
DVD.
whatever. Now, no, that scene where Arnold Schwarzenegger's head gets all big and stuff when he's out of space. That was funny.
That's how it goes, Faceless. That's how it would go down. I trust Hollywood.
Uh-oh, the Siege protecting the Tastosa spot.
Those Blue Flame Hellions going to try to run by, but there's Hellions at the top of the ramp.
Does it actually wall in? Yeah, it does, I think. Well, maybe they could have slipped it through the top, but...
Rainbow right now getting his Blue Flame, also getting a command center. And Tasteless, this is actually a very frightening attack. I'm not sure if you were aware, but it is.
I'm aware. You got to trust me, Artosis.
And I'm not sure if I like the Siege mode, to be perfectly honest.
Well, he's near that ledge. That's a little scary.
Yeah. Well, now he's going to tank push up, and that's fine. Now that he has some additional units there, but Clide might be dead, man. Clide might be robbed of another GSL championship. This poor guy.
This poor guy.
He needs to get GSL championship insurance. So when it doesn't work out, he still gets money.
Yeah, man.
I'd insure him.
Well, the good thing about you and me, Artosis, no matter what happens, we always end up making it to the finals.
That's right. We're the only guys that have been to every final so far, Tasteless.
Yeah, I want to point that out. If anybody has any questioning of our skills here. Well, you know, Rainbow might want to turn around. I feel like this is a Zelda Caverns game all over again. It's like, all right, you got him to take his expansion away. Now you need to expand again, drag this out, and right when you think he's got enough, unsiege and leave. Yep. Yippers.
Now Clide, he does, well,
that wasn't worth it.
yeah, I'm not sure how well that's going to work. Blue Flame Hellion's going to kill that kind of fast, Tasteless. Look, I really want to see Clide is making a Banshee. Imagine if he had a Banshee right now, what that would look like.
That's beautiful.
To kill every siege tank. Rainbow still being highly annoying.
You know, it's actually funny, Artos, you say that because now that I look at the situation, that's probably the perfect response.
Yeah.
Is to just make one Banshee.
It's actually, it harkens back to Starcraft 1 Tasteless. When people went Vulture siege tank aggressively early, if you get one Wraith out, you win the game. They're like, oh, a Wraith.
It's true.
It's actually very similar to this situation. Chasing away Rainbow's Viking. Rainbow does lose a Viking.
Now this is a sign of a good player. He's going to back up. Just doesn't want to let his opponent get any more lucky shots off on his siege tanks. He's going to back up, control this little area.
Clide this time, a lot more SCVs, 40 to 32.
And his barracks will go down. And now Rainbow has his expansion up and running before Clide does. And look at that, Rainbow's so good, he just gets up and leaves. Does take a little bit of damage.
Very good choice. Turns around, but that may not have been the best choice. Rainbow's got to get out of there.
Yep.
Clide wants to catch those siege tanks so badly. He's like, I feel like you overcommitted, but I can't catch you.
You just got a shot of the Mako reactor in the center of the map from Final Fantasy VII. You never beat Final Fantasy. You never played that even, did you?
No, 7. I beat 7.
Oh, you beat 7? All right.
Yeah.
So you can die.
Yeah, I bought a PlayStation 1 like 6 years ago.
Yeah, man. No, I was that guy too.
Oh. Played Final Fantasy 7 in DDR and then put it in the closet. I tried Final Fantasy 8. It was terrible, man. I played for 15 minutes.
I never played 8, actually.
Worst thing ever.
And I know somebody's going to blame you on Twitter. 8 was the best.
No, it's the worst.
And what you can do is you can be like, oh, no, you don't exist anymore, and you just block them.
That's what I...
And, you know, in the future, in real life, we'll be able to block annoying people in reality, just like we can on Twitter.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I hope, you know, of course, that would be nice, but I'd like to see it in Battle.net first.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Maybe stop people from adding me into their channels and making me lag during my games.
Yeah.
Like, hey, you know what would be cool? Being a dick. I'm like, oh, I guess it is.
Thanks for not respecting me as a human and just thinking I'm some far-out idea that you can toy with. That's why I have like 20 Smurf accounts.
Yeah.
Nobody can bother me.
Tasteless is actually the #1 Smurf account user.
I am, man.
So many Smurf accounts, he spent $1,000.
He's got to drop over here. You got to be careful when you drop like this with Blue Flame Hellions on the ground because the Marines don't really get to be out doing any damage. And you should land probably Willy Wonka's Chocolate Factory. You just flew over it. That thing is hilarious. It's like a building with 4 nipples on the top of it. There it is.
Oh my
God. Am I right?
Yeah, you are. So we have a third base going up for Clide. Rainbow sending over his third command center as well. Another mech game for Rainbow. I love that he's going mech every game. This is really cool.
Well, it's interesting because clearly he feels this is the way that he should play Terran versus Terran. It's not like, I won the first game. We tried the strat in game number 2.
Yeah.
See if I can throw him off.
No, it's clear that that's the way he does it. Clide now actually going for... He has his 2 factory siege tanks going. And he's actually going for 2 reactored starports. So it looks like he wants to win the Viking War and use siege tanks to just kind of control.
Now, Clide has got to be scratching his head a little bit during all this because, what's happened is he's actually probably not really gotten to practice against us at all.
Yeah.
He probably expected Rainbow to do a standard medevac harassment. You know what I mean? And instead, it's not the case.
Clyde, though, is 300 IQ.
Yeah.
He is learning as he goes.
Whoa!
Solving the puzzles. He's not 1,000 IQ like Nesty, but that's fine.
That's fine. You don't have to be as smart as Nesty to be proud of yourself.
No, you don't.
Whoa, a little bit sloppy there by Rainbow.
Clide looking like he's going to, take the 4th base right now. I like how Clyde's doing this, man.
I also like, the pacing of Clide here. He's actually being very cautious this game.
Yeah. And I just love his counter that he's figured out. A lot of siege tanks and a bajillion Vikings. The Vikings of Rainbow have given him a terrible problem previously. They've just allowed for Rainbow to spot better. But now Clide can spot better. So, it's very smart.
It's smart. I like it. So, I don't know what the end game plan is here for Rainbow, if he's going to start doing Hellion drops or whatever. Clyde's defense is pretty tight. I like the sensor tower usage and everything like that.
Yeah. Very, very true. You know what I would love to see from Clide is battle cruisers. He's already getting so many Vikings. I feel like that just transfers into battle cruisers so well. What do you do? Make Thors against that? LOL.
You know what Clide might want to do is make 1 Banshee now.
Yeah.
With
that
all these
is
Vikings
actually really
and
smart.
actually start flying around taking on tanks. What I just said is so smart.
It is, but Rainbow
I need to clone myself so I can shake my hand and tell myself I'm smart.
You could just do it with your hand upside down in the mirror.
I could.
Pretend you're shaking hands with someone that only has a left hand.
Yeah, 2 left hands, man. Can't play Starcraft with 2 left hands.
Yeah, you could.
Well,
You'd have to have 2 keyboards, though.
Oh, that's good.
Use the arrow keys and stuff. Rainbow is making some turrets, so he's a little bit scared of what you were saying, Tasis. Clyde making another base. Oh my
God. Look at
God.
Clide, he's such a boss.
Right now, Rainbow has 72 SCVs against 61 for Clide. This is so interesting, Tasis. Such a weird game.
Clide is just a little bit ahead here, but Rainbow does have a chance.
Yeah, no, the game is not by any means over. Right now, let's take a look at some of these unit counts. Rainbow at 16 siege tanks, but 14 for Clide, which is very, very impressive. Rainbow at 9 Vikings against a 10 of Clide. And Clide looks like he's stopped his Viking production, and Rainbow has not. So Rainbow may have a timing where his Vikings are vastly superior. Thing is, Clide does have Marines on the ground, so it's not like some sort of free little walkover with the Vikings.
The focal point of this game is probably going to be who can control the kind of upper right center location and the lower left center location, because that's actually where the only remaining expansions are.
They're both snaking in those directions, too.
And, it's quite possible that this is going to be a split map game, which would be really one of the first, if not the first, actual split map Terran versus Terran on a map this big.
Yeah, no, the map is so big, Tasis. I don't think you can truly split map it that well, but Clide right now,
we have a drop.
Going for a big drop. There is a sensor tower. There are missile turrets waiting for him.
But the map is so big, there just might not be enough time for them to get back there.
Yeah. And here he goes. He's in Rainbow's range. How quickly Rainbow will, you see it, and very quickly moving out right away. But he will not be there in time. This is actually very bad, Tasis. His supply depots may go down, his armories may go down, and that's pretty huge.
And he is wrecking these depots. Now Rainbow supply block. Actually, now really supply block. Now, if he takes in a few units here, it's going to be huge. But again, this is the problem. Blue Flame Hellions are quite good against these Marine drops. Well, then I said that. They actually all died.
What are you talking about?
The angle of the Hellions was not good there, but generally you can take out that stuff.
Wow. Well,
we got a push down here.
During all that, Tasteless, Clide goes up and cleans up Rainbow's
Oh my God, he's
expansion.
going to kill that command center. He just killed the command center.
Vikings. Takes that right out. And now Rainbow, you know, his Vikings have taken a lot of damage, so you have to count that in. He's lost that expansion. He is making another one. Their economies are both completely out of control. In fact, Rainbow's is a little bit bigger right now. Clyde is just pushing forward, man.
Clide is starting to clamp down. He has so many Vikings. That drop served the function of relocating the army here of his opponent. If Clide takes out this little location in the center left, excuse me, I don't know if Rainbow can recover.
Yeah, you know, Rainbow can't lose another base. That base lost, it's okay, he'll live. But he cannot lose another.
Okay.
In fact, it looks like Clide
Yeah, he needs to get this quickly because it's going to turn into a planetary. And you might want to stim again here.
Getting as much damage as
a little
he
bit
can.
scared, Artosis.
It's alright. Planetary will live.
Yeah. Uh-oh. Oh. Can't believe what he just saw there.
Yeah, saw it happen to his friends. He got out of there.
Yep.
That would be the Artosis Marine. He sees Tasteless and John the Translator shot by the planetary, then runs away.
That's right. There's a serious number of Vikings here. He may actually want to consider, if he wins the Viking battle, landing on all the siege tanks.
Yeah. In fact, 20 Vikings for Clide, 16 for Rainbow, 64 SCVs for Clide, 86 for Rainbow. So Rainbow with way, way more of those. But Clide is going to have a bigger army because of that. And
you know, Clide might want to switch to battle cruisers.
Yeah, that's what I'm waiting for, Tasteless.
That's what I'm waiting for. I'm rubbing my hands together for that.
Clide even upgrading ship plating. Or rather, that's
like
Rainbow
it.
that's doing that. Never mind.
I like it.
+1 Viking attack is almost done.
I'm a bit startled that we're not seeing Clide do even just a little mini push over here to the center left location.
Yeah, that is a little bit weird, isn't it? Ah, he's building a missile turret line around. I like this a lot, Tasteless. Clide is actually making a missile turret line around Rainbow. And Rainbow's sending in a Banshee to deal with the siege tanks. But he can move it up to those missile turrets now.
Oh, Rainbow's on siege. Clide should really just on siege and go to the turret. Uh-oh. He's going to move in. Here we go.
Oh, my God, a huge move. But a lot of Clyde's tanks are in different locations. Landing his Vikings, saying, forget it. And, wow, this is a very close, very bizarre game.
Uh-oh, it looks like Clide might lose his expansion location over here. Ideally, what he want to do is fly over these Vikings with his Vikings because the animation where the Vikings enter the air does not allow them to attack for about a second and a half.
You would definitely win that battle. Do that and then bring over a Banshee. A Viking dying to a Banshee. What a cruel twist of fate.
That is strange. That's a strange start, Artosis. All right, here we go.
And those Vikings are not long for this world, Tasteless. Vikings
he
walking.
He can land right on these siege tanks for the Vikings. He's waiting for it, and
there he goes. Unsieging during this to move up. Oh my God, Tasteless.
And let's face it, Vikings not worth as much as siege tanks. So siege tanks, that was tremendous damage.
Rainbow making some huge blunders. I can't believe he attack moved Vikings on the ground into siege tanks. That is really where he went wrong there, Tasteless. He could have set up that nice siege location, just been fine. But now he's lost a ton of important units, and Clide has the better position. But Rainbow does have that planetary expansion up in the top left.
Oh, nice by Rainbow. A little bit of harassment here on the SCVs, but Clide cleans it up. Will clean it up. Oh no, careful. I was like talking to Rainbow like I'm his mom.
Well,
Careful, Rainbow.
He's got 3-2 upgrades on mech, does Rainbow. Pretty insane.
Oh, he's going to land on the siege tanks yet again.
And he
This is a
does have
pretty
+1.
aggressive move here by Clide. But with all these siege tanks here, I think this might actually be potentially the game ender here for Rainbow, man. I mean, that's too many siege tanks.
Rainbow is starting to look pretty dead, Tasteless.
Well,
Does not have a lot of units.
Clide basically controls the map here.
Rainbow actually cannot hold this off anymore. You know, I really feel that one attack into the siege line is all that lost with Rainbow. Would have been completely even right now had he just sat still, minded his manners. Clide just going for the kill, moving up more siege tanks, getting on those factories. And in mech versus mech Tasteless, just like in Starcraft 1, you siege up near the facts and it is over.
Yeah, that's essentially checkmate. He might not even need to siege up, actually.
Yeah, you may be very right. SCVs all coming out. They do take down one siege tank, but that should be it.
All right, guys, expect GG here. Clide is everywhere at once. Look at that. Beautiful. Well, this was a very technical Terran versus Terran. I mean, we really got to see it build up. They were, both on 6 bases before the tension finally erupted.
This series, Tasteless, I'm like just sitting here very confused. What a strange, strange series. But I would not mind seeing more TVTs like these.
Well, I'm really curious about this this mech style that we're seeing here from Rainbow.
You know, I like how Clide countered it by going mech also.
Yeah, if you clearly he didn't respond by going Mass Marauder. Instead, he actually mixed it up, and I'm very interested in that. It's very cool.
Beat him at his own game.
Yeah.
Clide right now taking out more Rainbow expansions. Down it goes. Rainbow, he does have a fusion core. He wanted to go BCs, as you see. And GG, that is it. Clide advances. Very close series. Very, very close.
Well, you can see Clide relieved to be out of that series.
You know, I thought he might die early on with that. He got terribly behind a billboard.
No, he's going to die like standard in round of 16. As we promised everybody he's going to win the tournament. No, I'm joking, of course. Rainbow,
of course he's going to win.
You know, here's the thing about Rainbow. He either gets to the finals or semifinals or loses at the start of the tournament. There's no real shame in losing to Clide.
Yeah. Clide is actually the guy that should be already a 7-time GSL champion.
Yeah.
But maybe this time he can become a first-time Super Tournament champion.
Could happen. I mean, in the Super Tournament, man, we have so much money in first place.
Clyde wants that more than he's ever wanted before.
In between about $90,000, $100,000.
Yeah, it's like $93K or something.
It's a lot of money. You know what I would do with $90,000, Artosis? I don't know. I was trying to think of something funny. I was going to say, you know, to get 90,000 bottles of soju, but that's kind of stupid. That'd be a terrible waste of my money. But that's a lot of money.
That is a lot of money, Tasteless. You know what I would do? I'd invest it all and then lock myself in a room and play StarCraft.
Yeah. Get index funds
like,
or something.
Artosis, when are you coming back to GOMTV? I'm like, I have money now, guys.
That's a good shirt, Artosis.
You like that?
A little Korean emoticon.
It's from thehandsomenerd.com.
That's a good shirt, man. I like
greatest shirt site in the whole world.
You know, that shirt specifically looks much better when you actually have it. You're like, oh, yeah. And then, of course, you have old people asking you what that is. And you're like, oh, it's an emoticon. Can't you see the eyes in the face? And they're like, no, I don't see it.
That's why I hate old people.
That's my beef with old people.
It's like an old guy watching. She's like, oh.
We do have some old people watching our
No, I love old people.
I love old people. You want to know a joke that old people like old people?
Yeah.
How do you make holy water?
How?
You boil the hell out of it.
Oh, that's so cute.
Old people, they like that joke.
Use that one on
Grandma and Grandpa. They're going to like that. So you have a 2-minute break to go bother Grandma and Grandpa and use that joke, and then come back here at the GSL. We'll see you again in just a little bit.
Drive up, take my gun.